Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters, worldwide. Kwabo Mabula, son of Queen Nzinga. It's safe to say, right now, it's safe to say, we are at war in South Africa. After the phone calls, we phoned a lot of brothers and sisters in South Africa, especially Mozambique and Angolan, and then I spoke to a few Nigerian brothers and sisters over there. It's safe to say we are at war in South Africa. We are at war, period. And that's why I came here to challenge the embassy, the diplomats in South Africa, the Angolan embassy, the Ghanaian embassy, the Nigerian embassy, the Zimbabwean embassy, the Mozambique, Congolese, all of you that have citizens, brothers and sisters in Azania. I suggest you to evacuate your fellow citizen. It's about to go down. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, we are at war. We are at war in Azania as we speak. And that's why we have to challenge those governments that know your citizens are there to either reallocate them in a safe place or to tell them, look, come back home. And for the first time, I do have to agree with South Africans. Yes, majority of them, I have to agree. Because majority of South African is safe to say, on the ground, majority of South Africa, they behave like animals. Yes. Majority of South Africa, they're still slave and they want to remain slave. It's safe to say they're happy to live with their masters. They're coward and happy to live with their masters, to stay with their masters. Because remember, they're not free yet anyway. South Africa is not free. Mandela never freed South Africa. We have to understand that. They want to remain slaves. And then if you want to live with the animals, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get, they deny our children to even go to the schools. They will deny our pregnant sisters to just go to seek for medical care. They will deny it. Because they want to do what the white men did to them. So they're still under the slave syndrome. And you must need to understand, you got to leave. I have to agree. How do you want to live with the animals? Yes, majority. I'm here to say majority of South African are animals on the ground. They think like animals. They behave like animals. Yes, it's a fact. Because we don't see a war, a national movement to counter protest what they're doing. There's always a count. Like if they're doing something, you have to counter to show that you're standing with us. But clearly, the police are standing with these criminals, with these animals. The politicians, they're totally in the pocket of the white power structure. That's why they create government of national unity. And who controls the government is the white supremacist. So that's why you see all these Ramaphosa, all these political leaders, they're quiet. They're trying to say something. I've seen Ramaphosa trying to say something, but they don't act on it. Because the is already embedded into the police system, to the political system. This xenophobia, it's embedded into the system itself. And that's why, brothers and sisters, you got to leave. How do you want to live with the animals? They're animals. Yes. And then they're not only animal because they've been under attack. This is also a spiritual warfare they've been under attack for so long. Let's just understand, not discriminate everybody. This LGBT. South Africa is the higher LGBT movement in Africa. And they look at the men, what they did, the white supremacists, they feminized them. They look so weak, so gay, so useless, so weak. The South African men are weak. The weakest men in Africa are South Africans. They just behave like those terrorists in the Sahel region. Yes, if they had a weapon, they would have smoked every Nigerian or Ghanaian or Mozambican for no reason. It's glad that they don't really have a weapon. And then when they're trying to go and challenge their masters, they're always getting kicked out, gunned down like a dog. That's why they want to go over there and intimidate our African brothers and sisters that just want to make their life. And all this facade of, oh yeah, go back and fix your country, your country. Go back and fix this facade of, oh, go back and fix your country, your country, your country. They can't even say country. They have to understand something. You didn't even fix your country during the apartheid. How are you going to fix your country now? If you didn't even liberate your country, you needed the solidarity of all of our people from all over the world, as much as you don't care. That's a fact. But I'm here to tell you, to challenge all African governments, that you have the representative in South Africa. You better start talking with your citizen. Evacuate them. Because the white power structure, they're sitting back, relaxing, seeing them doing the work, the devil work, because this is a devil work they're doing. And you must need to understand, I have to agree with them. They want you to leave. Leave. How you want to live with the animals? How you want to live with xenophobics? How you want to live with the devils? I'm saying majority of South African men, majority of them are weak. They're so weak, so devil. That's a fact. That's why I came here to tell you. I'm not going to my shooting training. We're not advocating violence. If you see any South African in Ghana or in Angola, treat them with love. That's what human beings supposed to behave. Love. Don't do what they're doing to us in South Africa. If you see any South African in Angola, in Zimbabwe, if you see them behaving like human beings, treat them like human beings. If you see them behave like animal, beat them up. Teach them how to live in a civil manner. That's why I came here to tell you. Evacuate all your citizens. It's about to go down. It's not going to stop. That's why I came here to tell you. I have to agree with them. With South Africans. Majority of them. I have to agree with them. Yes, because they're animals. They're showing you that they're animals. They're showing you that they're happy slaves. They want to be slaves. So much so they can't even create jobs for them. They are going over there begging for the Indians, begging for the white men to not even employing our African brothers. Yes, because they can't even create jobs for them. They're always relying on the white man to create jobs for them. That's why they don't control anything in South Africa. The most precious thing that you must control in your land is land. Most of the African country, no matter about the economy, but they control the land. But South Africans, they're not controlling their land. The most precious thing in life is land. They're guests in that soil. And that's why they want to let out all the frustration to you that trying to go over there and trying to make it. So you have to understand, brothers and sisters, this is a war that is going on right now. And the African governments must need to understand this. Begin to talk to your citizen. If possible, give them option. Put them on a safe place somewhere in South Africa, or just repatriate them back home. Because we cannot allow our children, our sisters, whether from Nigeria, Ghana, Mozambique, Angola, Tanzania, Malawi, Botswana, to live amongst animals. Because majority of them, they are animals. They're devils. They're happy slaves. And they want to remain slaves. And they're also a coward. I'm talking about the South African man. You're a coward. You're a coward. You couldn't even dealt with the people that caused all this destruction in your life. And you still embrace them. You still worship them. So that shows that you are a coward. You are animals. You are devils. That's what you are. And if you got any problem with me, you can come in at any time. The way we dealt with you during the Battle of Cuito Cuanavalle, yes, we kicked them out, kicked you out. You came together with apartheid forces, with the UNITA and the southern of Angola to try to invade Angola. We gave it to you. All we know is to fight as a man, to protect our women. That's why Portuguese in Angola, they don't have no land, no uranium, because we control that land and we're willing to die for that land. Kwabo Mabula, I'm saying to you, if you not control your land, you're a coward. And as we speak, we are at war in South Africa because the South African men, I'm saying the men, are coward, are weakest, are devil, are stupid. Yes. How can you want to let a frustration to a young baby that just want to go to school? How you want to let out your frustration into a woman, a pregnant woman that just want to seek for medical care? That shows that you're a coward. You are the weakest man in Africa. You just a terrorist like the ones are trying to invade Mali. Yes, and some of you got paid by this stupid white man, the Boers, these Afrikaners, because you are slaves. This video is specifically to South African men. Yes, because as warriors, we respect women, even when we know they're wrong. These Jacintas and Dabulas and all these Victorias, even though we know they're wrong, but we have to respect them. Yes, real men always have to respect a woman. So that's why it's safe to say the political system, the police system, even some Pan-Africanists, so-called Pan-Africanists, they agree with these xenophobic devils. They agree with them. These xenophobic coward, they agree with them. And that's why we gotta say, it's about time for all the African governments that has embassies in South Africa, begin to talk to your citizen, to give them option, whether to leave or to reallocate them into a safer place. But I gotta say to you, majority of South Africans are the weakest men in Africa. Facts. They're weak, coward. Most of them, they've totally feminized. Start from their president. That's why their president got humiliated in the white people's house in America by that stupid Donald Trump. You see Trevor Noah, you see Elon Musk, they don't talk shit. They're also weak. And you must need to understand this. That's why I came here to agree with South African xenophobic devils. I came here to agree with them. Leave South Africa, brothers and sisters. Find a better place. The Africa is vast. There's so many countries in Africa way better than South Africa. You feel home. Come to Angola. Go to Mozambique. Go to Ghana. Go to Zimbabwe. Let them fix their own country, as they say, which is, we know for a fact, they're just going to be a happy slaves. What the hell are you talking about fixing your country if you already have a white country in your country called Orania? White man controls 80% of your fertile land. What the hell are you talking about? So that's why, brothers and sisters, my video is directly to South African men. And if you got any problem with us, we warriors in the United States, we're warriors in the UK, we're gonna deal with you. Kwabo Mabula, I'm out. I just here to say to you, emphasize to you, we are at war in South Africa, and you must need to understand. Work with your fellow brothers and sisters to take them out. Because ultimately, we all have to agree, they're animals. They're happy slaves. They're devils. They're xenophobics. They're coward. I'm talking about directly to you, South African man. You're a coward. You can't even go and deal with those who completely damage your spirits. Now you want to lay out your frustration to those who just want to go over there to make a better life for them. Kwabo Mabula, I'm out. I'm just here to tell you, I have to agree with those South African xenophobics, those South Africans cowards, yes, those gays, those babies, quiet babies. I have to agree with them. Yes, don't you stay in the mix of animals. They will kill you. Kwabo Mabula, we out. And then if any South African man got any problem, we in the UK. Kwabo Mabula. Boots on the motherfucking ground, goddammit.